You know about this, don't you? This is you, isn't it?
Inspector, my time is being wasted. Would you mind showing yourself and your friends out?
The painting is a fake. It's a fake. That's why Woodbridge and Cairns were killed. Oh, come on, proving it's just a detail. The painting is a fake. I've solved it. I figured it out. Okay, I'll prove it. Give me time. Will you give me time?
10.
It's a kid. Oh, God, it's a kid.
What did he say?
10.
9.
It's countdown. It's giving me time.
Jesus.
It's a fake now. How can I prove it? How?
8.
This kid will die. Tell me why the painting is a fake. Tell me!
7.
No, shut up. Don't say anything. Only works if I figure it out. Must be possible. Must be staring me in the face.
6.
What did you about? How?
5.
Speeding up.
Sherlock.
Oh!
4.
On the planetarium, you heard it too. Oh, that is brilliant. That is gorgeous.
3.
What's brilliant? What is?
It's beautiful. Marvelous.
2.
The Van Buren supernova.
Please, there's somebody there. Somebody help me.
There you go. Go find out where he is and pick him up. Van Buren supernova, so called. Exploding star only appeared in the sky in 1858.
So how could it have been painted in the 1640s?
So what do we do now? Sit here and wait for him to come back?
Just moved in.
What?
Floor above, new label.
Could have just replaced it.
No one ever does that.
Hello?
Hi, I live in the flat just below you. I don't think we've met.
No, well, I've just moved in.
Actually, I've just locked my keys in my flat.
You want me to buzz you in?
Yeah, and can I use your balcony?
What?
Sherlock. Sherlock, you okay? Yeah, anytime you feel like letting me in.
Do you think he lost a lot of money? I mean, suicide is pretty common among city boys.
We don't know that it was suicide.
Come on. The door was locked from the inside. You had to climb down the balcony.
Been away 3 days, judging by the laundry.
Look at the case. There was something tightly packed inside it.
Thanks, I'll take your word for it.
Problem?
Yeah, I'm not desperate to root around some bloke's dirty underwear.
Those symbols at the bank, the graffiti, why were they put there?
Some sort of code?
Obviously. Why were they painted? If you want to communicate, why not use email?
Well, maybe he wasn't answering.
Oh, good, you follow.
Nope.
What kind of a message would everyone try to avoid?
What about this morning? Those letters you were looking at?
Bills.
Yes. He was being threatened.
Bag this up, will you? And
Not by the gas
please
board.
see if you can get prints off this glass.
Ah, Sergeant. We haven't met.
Yeah, I know who you are, and I'd prefer it if you didn't tamper with any of the evidence.
I phoned Lestrade. Is he on his way?
He's busy. I'm in charge. And it's not Sergeant, it's Detective Inspector Dimmock. We're obviously looking at a suicide.
It does seem the only explanation of all the facts.
Wrong. It's one possible explanation of some of the facts. You've got a solution that you like, but you're choosing to ignore anything you see that doesn't comply with it.
Like?
The wound's on the right side of his head.
And?
Bancoon was left-handed. Requires quite a bit of contortion.
Left-handed?
Oh, I'm amazed you didn't notice. All you have to do is look around this flat. Coffee table on the left-hand side, coffee mug handle pointing to the left. Power sockets habitually use the ones on the left. Pen and paper on the left-hand side of the phone because he picked it up with his right and took down messages with his left. You want me to go on?
No, I think you've covered it.
I might as well. I'm almost at the bottom of the list. There's a knife on the breadboard with butter on the right side of the blade. Because he used it with his left, it's highly unlikely that a left-handed man would shoot himself in the right side of his head. Conclusion, someone broke in here and murdered him. Only explanation of all of the facts.
But the gun...
He was waiting for the killer. He'd been threatened.
I said no. Very, very close, but no. You got carried away. The game was too elaborate. You're enjoying yourself too much.
No such thing as too much.
Oh, enjoying the thrill of the chase is fine. Craving the distraction of the game, I sympathize entirely, but sentiment. Sentiment is a chemical defect found in the losing side.
Sentiment? What are you talking about?
You.
Oh, dear God. Look at the poor man. You don't actually think I was interested in you. Why? Because you're the great Sherlock Holmes, the clever detective in the funny hat?
No. Because I took your pulse. Elevated. Your pupils dilated. I imagine John Watson thinks love's a mystery to me, but the chemistry is incredibly simple and very destructive. When we first met, you told me that disguise is always a self-portrait. How true of you. The combination to your safe, your measurements. But this is far more intimate. This is your heart, and you should never let it rule your head. You could have chosen any random number and walked out of here today with everything you've worked for. But you just couldn't resist it, could you? I've always assumed that love is a dangerous disadvantage. Thank you for the final proof.
Everything I said, it's not real. I was just playing the game.
I know. And this is just losing. They are, brother. Hope the contents make up for any inconvenience I may have caused you tonight.
I'm certain they will.
If you're feeling kind, lock her up. Otherwise, let her go. I doubt she'll survive long without her protection.
Are you expecting me to beg?
Yes?
Please. You're right. I won't even last 6 months.
Sorry about dinner.
You can have me arrested. You can torture me. You can do anything you like with me. But nothing's gonna prevent them from pulling the trigger. Your only 3 friends in the world will die. Unless
I kill myself and complete your story.
You gotta admit that's sexier.
But the one thing I didn't anticipate was just how far Moriarty was prepared to go. I suppose that was obvious given our first meeting at the swimming pool. His death wish. I knew I didn't have long. I contacted my brother, set the wheels in motion. And then everyone got to work. It's a trick. Just a magic trick.
Guys, stop it now.
Now stay exactly where you are. Don't move.
All right. Keep your eyes fixed on me. Please, will you do this for me?
It was vital that John stayed just where I'd put him. That way his view was blocked by the ambulance station.
Sherlock!
I needed to hit the airbag, which I did. Speed was paramount. The airbag needed to be got out of the way just as John cleared the station. But we needed him to see a body. That's when Molly came in. Like figures on a weather clock, we went one way, John went the other. Then, our well-timed cyclist put John briefly out of action, giving me time to switch places with the corpse on the pavement. The rest was just window dressing. And one final touch. Squash ball under the armpit. Apply enough pressure, and it momentarily cuts off the pulse.
Let me come through, please. No, he's my friend. No, he's my friend. It's my friend, please. Let me...